Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this series we're going to be doing my unpopular opinions in astrology. Yes, this is my unpopular opinions in astrology, and the unpopular opinion that's going to piss you astrologers off is that Saturn does not rule Aquarius, okay? Saturn does not rule Aquarius, alright? And before we get into this unpopular opinion that's making you guys cringe, if you enjoy my readings, you can certainly book a reading with me. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com. And I'll certainly receive your message and we can go forward with that, okay? I do birth natal chart interpretations as well as tarot and both. So just email me and we can go forward with that, okay? So getting back into my unpopular opinion, okay? Unpopular opinion is that Saturn does not rule Aquarius, okay? Now, what you have to understand in the background is that the reason why astrologers, and when you're studying astrology, you're going to hear a lot of astrologers say Saturn rules Aquarius and Capricorn, okay? And the reason is because this is ancient astrology. So before a certain period of time, I think like before they discovered Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, okay, they did not know those planets. They knew all the signs, but they did not see and know all the planets. So they bunched up a lot of the signs together. And when it came to Saturn, Saturn was said to rule Capricorn and Aquarius because they did not discover Uranus yet. And I'm here to debunk that, okay? That is the reason why. But I'm here to say that now that we have discovered Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, we can get out of that categorization when it comes to rulerships in astrology, okay? And the second thing you have to understand are rulerships, okay? So I am arguing the rulership. I'm arguing that Saturn does not rule Aquarius, okay? So you can make an argument and say, but Aquarius does well in Saturn. Well, that's so true. And I'm actually going to debunk that as well too, as a person who has their Saturn in Aquarius. But just because a sign does well in a planet doesn't mean it rules it. A rulership in astrology means that that sign is at home in that planet. That means everything that planet means and does is exactly what that sign is. Okay, so for example, Aries is exactly ruled by Mars. That is its rulership. It is at home because Aries does everything and is everything about Mars. There's no differences, except that one explains the sign energy and one explains the planetary energy, okay? But that is what you call a home placement, okay? Same thing with Libra and Venus, okay? They do the same thing. But this to me is the most obvious. Like, I always question this before I even had the receipts. But let's get into the receipts, okay? And this is another point to make. Signs and planets can share similarities. They can. Woo! They can share similarities. So, for example, Venus doesn't rule Aries, but Venus still deals with sex. Pluto doesn't rule Aries, but Pluto still deals with sex, and so does Aries. So you can have similarities within planets and signs. That doesn't mean it rules it. So you can't just be like, oh, well, here's a similarity between Saturn and Aquarius, so this is why Saturn was Aquarius. I'm like, you can say that for so many. The sun rules sexual energy, sex. That doesn't mean it rules Sagittarius, which is also very sexual. You have to look at the approach. And this is the same that has to be said for Saturn and Aquarius. They are in completely different elements. Different elements, so they're doing different things. Saturn being Earth, and that's why the proper rulership that Saturn rules is Capricorn. And Aquarius is an air, which is why Uranus is the proper rulership for Aquarius. And the first point to make is, one of the main ways you can tell a planet does not rule a sign is look at its element. Saturn, it represents the earth element. It deals with practicality, what is tangible, what is physical, what is real. Okay, this is why Saturn deals with money. This is why Saturn deals with structure, work, labor, building. Saturn, this is what Saturn is. It likes the tangible results, doing it the hard way to create those tangible results. Okay, it's Earth. Aquarius is air. They're in two different elements. That's already a throwaway. Okay, if a planet rules a sign, they cannot be in different elements. But let's get into the receipts of why Saturn does not rule Aquarius, okay? Now that we got all these disclaimers out, I'm sorry. I just had to because I know that these are a lot of the argument. So one, like we said, they're both in different elements. So here's one receipt, okay? Aquarius is social, Saturn is not, okay? Okay, Saturn energy does not lead you into socialness, friends, and lots of people and connecting unless it's work. Aquarius is incredibly social. Aquarius energy is very social because it's air. So Aquarius, they like to communicate. They like to have friends. They rule friends. Saturn is the exact opposite. Saturn will have you a lone wolf, dealing with yourself, dealing with your own demons so that you can build something for yourself. Okay, Saturn, if you're dealing with a lot of people, it's because you are successful and you are dealing with people on a business level. Saturn is more about employees. And employees. It has to be business. Aquarius is free, it's social, it's connecting the minds. It loves friends. It rules that. So how can a planet rule a sign that the sign can't even do its main function in? Saturn has you a lone wolf. This is why Capricorn is the proper sign that is ruled by Saturn, because Capricorn is a lone wolf. Capricorn people have to spend a lot of time alone. Why Saturn is all about structure, and you have to build that by doing the hardest ways, dealing with yourself, dealing with your demons. That's how you gain discipline, practice, a lot of self-talk, planning, strategy. That takes a lot of time and self alone to come up with that. Okay, success comes with those alone times. You can't bring everyone because a lot of people are baggage. Saturn eliminates that. Saturn makes it hard socially. This is why Saturn in Aquarius, which is this placement that I have, it limits your friendships. And again, Aquarius's main function is friends, society. It's all about connecting and community. So how in the world does a planet like Saturn rule this social sign Aquarius? It doesn't, okay? The proper ruler for Aquarius is Uranus, but people latch onto that ancient astrology, but like I said, they didn't know the planets of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. Okay? That's one. And again, these are major core, and I bring this up because these are major core aspects of their energies. So again, we're talking about Saturn rulership. What did I say about rulership? Rulership, the planet has to do exactly what the sign does. That's how it's at home. How can Aquarius be at home and they can't make friends? That doesn't make sense. The proper home for Aquarius is Uranus, because you'll make so much friends. Shoot, you'll be popular online with a huge following, which is the best way Aquarius likes to connect, because they like that superficial connection. Saturn is dealing with the earth element. It likes strategy, plan, and tradition. It likes things the same. That's how you keep and have a strong stability. All earth signs deal with stability. They like routine. Saturn deals with routine, work, stableness, to keep things stable, to keep things going. You got to keep the machine going, or you got to keep the ground. You got to be grounded. You got to be sturdy. That takes work. Saturn is all about tradition. What works, what has already worked. That's why Capricorns, they're very more conservative. They don't go out and be all chaotic and do it. They don't like all that mess and all that. They plan, they strategize. They like consistency. They like stability. Aquarius is the opposite of this. Have you ever met an Aquarius? Aquarius is the opposite energy of this. Aquarius is chaotic. Aquarius is chaotic. Aquarius operates in destruction. It likes changes. It likes instability. This is why they're so detached, because they know anything can happen and they're fine with that. That's what creates change. That's what makes things new. They operate in things different. That's why they're so unique. They're not about the same old thing. Capricorn is more about the same old thing. Capricorn's the brand. Capricorn's the tradition. Capricorn's the tried and true. And there's a power in that. It's called stability. But there's also a power in Aquarius, which is all about change. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that how could Saturn rule Aquarius? Such a chaotic energy. An energy all about change, instability. Capricorn does not like that. It likes stability. It likes consistency. So and Aquarius hates that. It hates the same old. It wants constant change. It is up for it. It is unique. It is chaotic. Aquarius energy can create chaotic lives. Energy. It's like electric. So, you know, again, this is another reason why it doesn't make sense for Saturn, such a stable, traditional energy planet, to rule such a chaotic one like Aquarius. This is not an example at home. This is actually an example of restriction. There's a feeling of restriction. Okay, and I'm going to go into that as a Saturn Aquarius person. When you want to be weird like Aquarius, you want to be electric, you come by a lot of discipline, a lot of criticism, a lot of restriction. And that is not what you call energies being at home. Saturn has to do with this deal with this chaotic energy of Aquarius. It has to make it somewhat practical. And Aquarius has to sacrifice its chaotic energy. That's not at-home energy. Saturn does not rule Aquarius. Saturn is also a hard worker, okay? And that's not to say Aquarius isn't, but Saturn is defined by doing it the hardest way. Going by, you know, because it's Earth. So you got to do it the real way. You got to do it with the five senses. You got to do it with the labor, the physical energy. You got to really do it in this world. Aquarius is air. It's about thoughts, okay? So when it comes to Saturn, Saturn is about hard work. You're always going to have to work hard with Saturn. But when it comes to Aquarius, Aquarius is actually, if you understand Aquarius energy, they hate hard work. They're all about the mind. If you think smart, it's all about, if you work smart, you won't have to work hard. You know, work smart, not hard. Saturn is not like that. Saturn's like, no, you work hard, you keep stability. And the thing about that is, this is a great another example. How could Saturn rule a planet, an energy, a sign like this? Aquarius likes to invent. Aquarius rules technology. And one thing you understand about technology is that not only is it inventive like Aquarius, but it also makes our lives easier. You know, we don't have to get up and change the channel. We have a remote. We don't have to get up and walk. You know, we have a car. You know, technology makes everything easier. We don't have to get up and call the phone. We can text. Like, technology always makes things easier, and that's what Aquarius is. This is why Aquarius can come off lazy or always wanting a shortcut, do it the easy way, because they believe in working smart and being inventive to make your life easier. So they're using mental energy. That's why Saturn does not rule Aquarius. They're in a different element. Saturn is all about hard work. You got to be connected with your five senses. You got to be sweat a little bit. You got to be disciplined. You got to test yourself, test your emotions, test your will. You got to keep going. It's going to have some type of labor to it, you know, whether it be, you know, doing a lot of work, homework, even physical work, working out, building. Saturn's all about strength. It's all about the physical real world. So you have to do it the hard way. Okay. That's why Capricorns are hard workers. They can handle a lot. So how could Saturn rule Aquarius? Aquarius always wants shortcuts. Let me tell you something. If Saturn rules your chart, you're not going to get shortcuts in life. But if you do what Saturn does, you're going to be very successful and very stable. So that's the thing. Saturn rewards people heavenly and highly. So there's a strong stability. But you're not going to get it easy. Why? Because you're dealing with the earth element. That's the most heaviest, dense element. You got to do it the hard way. You got to really do it here. And when you really do it here, you make it. But with Aquarius, it's air energy. Okay, so this is more about the mind, using your mind. Saturn does not rule Aquarius, okay? You're gonna hear this a lot. They're gonna make the associations, but it really does not make sense. They're so different. Saturn is traditional. Aquarius is very futuristic. You know, Saturn is conservative. Aquarius is very weird and unconventional, okay? Saturn's about hard work, okay? Earth energy. Aquarius is all about air, mental energy. Okay, they're not the same. Saturn does not rule this energy. Aquarius is too weird and chaotic, and for Aquarius feels like Saturn is too restrictive. To be at home, the sign that's at home with Saturn is Capricorn. Capricorn has all these attributes. Capricorn's hardworking. Capricorn's conservative. Capricorn plans. Capricorn strategizes. Capricorn deals with the earth energy, which is money, things that are tangible, work, hard work, money, your materialistic things that are real on this work that you really got to work hard for. That's Capricorn. So my sign is Saturn in Aquarius. I'm from the Saturn Aquarius generation, and when I tell you that my whole class could not come together for our 10th anniversary for our reunion, you know, after 10 years, we couldn't even come together because we have so much antisocial skills. We're very kind of cliquey. Saturn Aquarius really does that. You're very nichey. There's a specific people that you hang out with. Saturn Aquarius makes it difficult to make friends. It makes it difficult to connect. You got to work really hard. And Aquarius also rules weird energy, unique thoughts. So coming from the Saturn Aquarius generation, anytime I had a unique thought, a unique idea, I'd come through heavy criticism. It is not easy energy. Aquarius is very unique. It freely expresses itself. It's not easy to do that when it's in Saturn. This is why it's not at home. I come from a generation that was very critical. We were very critical about our uniqueness, our weirdness, things that were not considered conventional. I even came from the generation where everything was gay. You compare everything to gay, which isn't considered the standard sexuality. Okay, but that's the restriction in the negative judgment. That's the restriction. So Saturn Aquarius is not an easy energy. Okay, so there's no way Saturn rules Aquarius. I have the energy. I'm telling you, this does not feel like an energy at home. Okay, energies that are at home is like Mars and Aries, Pluto and Scorpio. Saturn and Capricorn. Okay, Jupiter and Sagittarius, not Saturn and Aquarius. Your Aquarius is at home in Uranus. But yes, that is my unpopular opinion. Please stay tuned for more of it in the series because I have a bunch more. I'm that weird little astrologer. And I hope you guys like this. If you don't, still let me know why you think Saturn does rule Aquarius if you don't agree with me. Okay? But if you enjoyed this reading, book a reading with me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com. And I'll certainly do a birth astrology interpretation reading with you. Okay? And I also do tarot. So check me out and thanks for watching. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.